welcome to Monday, welcome to Telialigaen Spring 2021, second round of the first division. We're going to be watching Wizard versus STB Momentum. The reason why they've shortened that, I expect, is due to the Norwegian letter in it. So, STB Momentum, it is. We're going to be having the knife coming out here very shortly. We're going to be watching Overpass, and then after that we are off to the Inferno. First pick here is the Wizards, so expect it to be their strongest map, I would expect. Just getting the knife over and done with, as you all like to see. STB Momentum, well, seem to be taking the knife round, able to pick their sides. The question is whether they stay or should they switch. I think most team here like to start the CT side. That being said though, starting on the terror side as always, you're able to well, set the pace if anything. Let's see if we've seen anything. Recording. Well, we do see a switch coming out and are ready, so hopefully we'll get this show on the way very shortly. There we go. We'll have to reverse the HUD. We'll do that before we get into it. Hope you guys are doing grand. Last time was a blast casting these first division matches. Able to see some good CS coming in out. That's always nice. I think people who are a fan of the game, regardless of their team preference, tend to enjoy watching CS, especially when the matches are close and, well, the rounds are hot, I suppose. Alright, pistol round coming up. STB Momentum, gonna be stacking A hit. Kit only gonna be playing solo B for info hit. Visit. Bit of a slower start. Bomb is towards the B bomb site. So is the rest of the team. Slower start than, well, one normally sees, but here comes the push. Wizard gonna be pushing in. Kit, what can you find here? Well, looks for a frag, but falls off it. Has to be Momentum. Opting for the full retake. 5v5. And we do see a kit on Titan. That might be crucial. Endings off the flank. We'll put on radar here. Chuff up. Finds a duel. Envy on the other hand though. Finds Titan. That's the kit down. Envy finding the second to his mate. He does get killed off the flank there. Thomason gets taken down by Choffer. Choffer, good round. Getting 3. Well, actually just 2 frags. Did help out on a third one though. Pistol round goes in the favor of Wizard. Fairly standard pistol round in that sense, just a regular push. Nothing fancy. Decided to not do it straight off the bat though. Just kind of checking if there was going to be any pushes from Momentum, but so far doesn't appear to be that. See all AKs, 1 Galil. Wizard hit. Want to make sure they don't lose too many guns. Investing quite heavily into this round. Not buying any SMGs. At the same time though, STB Momentum, well, they've invested pretty much all they have as well. Titan, he's well, not invested anything. Probably going to be aiming for that op. Bomb picked up here. Wizard again, just taking it slow, steady. Kit though, going for some damage with the deagle. Not really finding him. Finds his making for that matter. Envy picks him down. Player advantage. Should be a easy round here for Wizard. It's all about not losing too much. Momentum, it's all about damage and hopefully winning the round, obviously. Thomason. Question is he expecting this flank? Hellberg off to new adventures. Should be relaying some info. B is clear. Again. Has to be Momentum. Kind of opting for a retake hit. Calls up, finding 1. Bomb does go down. Shiro. Finds Envy. Chopper. Finds Titan. Thomason. Straight out. Enix. Hellberg. Makes it again. Shiro off the flank. Finds another frag. Calls up. Closes out the round. 2 on the board here for Wizard. They did take quite a bit of damage, losing 2 AKs, 1 Galil. Has to be Momentum. Well, they did make some impact there. We're going to see another eco coming up here. Exciting with 4k. He's going to be able to buy that off comfortably next round. Seeing a max 10 here on Envy. Going to be farming up that cash. Maybe going a bit extra aggressive. Looking for that in point. Well, deep mid control for momentum here. Gonna be using utility, doing some damage. Phoenix, load. Envy with the Mach 10 gets taken down. Sidon, good shot. Cut down to 6 HP. It's gonna be a rough time for him to get anything done. Wizard opting for the B take. Only 2 players on this take. Slaughton finds one. Goes for the second. Can he find him? So far, falls back. Round going in the favor of STB momentum so far. Wizard, well, they're not making anything happen really. Lost 2 players. Granted, one of them was a Mach 10. Here comes the 3 AKs, pushing to B. Are they expecting the extra barrels? Well, Molly will show it. Slaughton finds one more. Thomas at the same time finding a second. Chuffa tries to even it out. Only finding one. Hero does go down. Chuffa 1 HP. One mental task. Does find Slaughton at this point. Sidon only 1 left with full HP. Kit with 6. Well, Chuffa. That looks like a rough kind of battle in head of you here. Gonna be trying to fake. Looks towards short. There's no one there. Of course, he doesn't know that. Here comes the kill from Sidon. Ends the round. Has to be momentum. Well, they're going to be happy with that. Managing to win a round. They really had no business winning. Picking up an extra 8k for their effort here. Looking really strong. Wizard on the other hand. Well, they're losing one of those rounds that you can't really afford to lose. Not at this level of CS. We're going to be seeing 4s here. Double Galil. And then Deagles on the rest. I do expect a bit of a ballsy play. Maybe just a mid-take. Alright. Failed utility into the back of his teammate. Hit. Finds one. So far, Wizard opting to take the playground here. Looking for the fight. Still 1-for-1 so far. Kit, the difference maker. Finding that extra frag. Calls up. You need to find somewhat of an opening. Kit says no, and Shiro finds Hellberg on the other side of the map. Well, Wizard, they did fully invest in that. We're going to see an eco coming in. Full investment, only losing, well, killing 1 player. Or 2 players? No, only 1. That's, well, not worth it. One would say, well, they didn't win the round, so obviously it's not worth it, but even just taking down, let's say, 3 or 4 players, well, I would at least do some economical damage if it was leaving momentum rather low on cash. That being said, momentum, they are low on cash, but this should just be easy up and done with round. That being said, Wizard altogether, looking for that quick mid I was talking about last round. Well, now they're doing it. Glocks in hand, Swatton, the SMG, MP9 hit, find some kills. Find Swatton, but that's just the molly kill. Not a lot of money for that. Uses all his bullets, needs to go for a reload. Finds 1, finds 2. Has to go for another reload, gets taken down. Again, Wizard finding 1 kill. Momentum here though, managing to well, survive with 4 rifles, only losing the MP9. So economically speaking, a very good round for them. Wizard here though, now fall by, kind of needs to happen at this point. Momentum, but they do have the money to buy up should they lose this round. Wizard though, gonna be looking to get aggressive up towards mid again, it appears. 1 player stationed in Con and B, the 3 respective players. Well, so far, chilling in Fountain. Choffa finds Kit down in Con. Is he expecting that second player? Sighting with the ult. Decides to tuck tail and run. Wizard here with a player advantage. Good start for them. Very slow game so far. The only side pretty much going aggressive has been momentum. Wizard just really defaulting out, waiting out, expecting that aggression. And I want to say this though, Wizard expecting the aggression. Here it comes, finding a 1-for-1. Oh, well, I think Hellberger's going to be very happy with that. Still a player advantage, Wizard. Only 3 CT players remaining. At this point, it's a bit 50-50 which side has 1 or 2 defenders on them. Wizard opting to go for that B side, it would appear. Momentum. Seems like they're gamble stacking up towards A. Taking the mid control. Well, they've cleared that much. Sutton using utility long here. Off of no info. Here comes the push from Wizard. That's going to give the audio clue. Momentum. The question is, do they just go for a save here? And it appears like Momentum, well, it appears that they do in fact go for that save. Wizard going to be very happy with that round. Momentum surviving with 3 players, going to be able to buy up very nicely next round. Then again, Wizard only losing 1 player in Hellberg. Going to be happy as well. We're going to see a tight scoreline, 3-3. Very slowly paced start of this game. Haven't really seen the raw aggression from any sides here. Momentum playing a bit. Managing to take that fountain control the previous round. Granted, only against a bit of upgraded pistol buy. Full buy coming in from both parties. Economy-wise, Momentum's still looking strong. I mean, they had to rebuy the utility, but so far, looking pretty good. Wizard though, they don't really care about that as long as you keep taking the rounds. I keep droning out about economy. I've done that all the time I've casted, and it's because I know it shifts and decides games. Although it might not appear to be what ends up tipping the scales. Oftentimes, well, it is. Here comes the push. But Kurt, he's behind. They have no info. They haven't checked this. Kurt finds 1. Looks for a second. Finds the second. Still alive. Looks for the third. Finds the third. Envy goes down as well. Kurt finding 3 to his name. My oh my, Wizard. Well, they're going to be very disappointed with that start of the round. Losing 3 players. Finding, well, 60 points of damage, but nobody's here. Kurt finally goes down to Chuffa. But at the same time, Hellberg, again, taking that fight towards the B-bomb site. Just taken down by Thomason. And at this point, Chuffa, very much alone. AK in hand, 25 HP. It's all about damage at this point, I would imagine. It doesn't even have bomb, so getting extra money, not an option. Shiro, gonna be holding this. Finds the info, finds the frag. Chuffa goes down. Only losing 1 player here, Momentum. Gonna be able to start building slowly and surely onto the bank. I was mentioning they were doing really well economy-wise, and, well, that continues off of the win. Wizard, on the other hand, don't really have a lot of money. Might just see an upgraded pistol buy here. I think that would be the right call. Yep, one of those adjustment buy. Just buying down to 2k. Or the money respected for ops here. A bit back and forth. I gotta say, Momentum looking very, very comfortable on this CT side so far. But Norwegians and Deagles tend to be a match made in heaven. Hellberg finding 1. Hellberg finding 2. All of a sudden, the round swings. Guns and hand. Momentum. Well, there are player deficit. Shiro, gonna come down to you. What info can you find? So far, nothing. Smoke goes out. Rotation has come up. Almost a full rotation on that. Shiro finding 1. Thomas is finding 1. Finding 2. Looks for the third. Doesn't find it. Envy finding the third on, or finding a frag onto Shiro rather. Thomas looks for the third. Does end up finding it. Hat trick for Thomason. Right when Momentum needs it. They lose those initial frags, but they manage to haul that site. As I mentioned, Momentum looking really comfortable here on the CT side. Seem to be reading Wizard quite nicely. Both these teams obviously know about each other. They study each other. I do expect some of them would have at least watched some demos. Envy picked up that all. Full AK buy. comes some control from Wizard. Side looks for the early frag, finds it. Council goes down. Again. We're barely 20 seconds into the round, and Wizard already on the back foot, losing one player. Momentum. I'm just going to fall back. They have that initial frag. They can go defensive. Even if a format push hits towards A, I mean, you still have a fairly decent chance at holding it. Hellberg once again over in this short water position. At that time though, Envy finding the frag equalizing, making it a 4-on-4. Does get tagged out quite a bit. That being said though, he has the AWP. Not as crucial if you were an entry frag with an AK. Establishing a bit of mid control here on momentum side. Hellberg has been in that position the entire game, and I'm feeling that momentum might have a read on this. But that being said, the entire squad of Wizard ready to hit the B bomb site. Thomason should have seen the backpack there. Question is whether or not he did. Utility comes out. Hellberg finding that frag off the flank. Looks for the second. Tries to spray. Yes, he does. Kit goes down. Suddenly momentum. 2 players left. Shiro finding 2 for his name, but Hellberg very strong finding that third. I was just criticizing his choice of position, but it makes it work. Sofa finds Svarten, and well, the Wizard, they do manage to pick up that 4th round. Fairly expensive. They're going to be buying here, but we might see a Galil or a Deagle or something. Or did they manage to get out 4 AKs? Oh, they might very well. That being said, though, momentum still have a full buy, but their bank is gone. Crucial round. Tipping point hit. Should Wizard pick this one up? That's going to be an eco off of momentum. Does momentum pick it up while the table turns? Wizards most likely have to eco, or maybe even force, depending on how much damage they do this round. Wizard opting for long control. Haven't really done that yet. Might catch momentum by surprise. At long last, Hellberg not really challenging B so far, just holding it for any aggression. Not finding anything. Full rotation coming out from momentum. Enix finding 1 frag. Titan makes a bit of a mistake there. Dry peeks. See Enix finding a second. Looks for a third. Finds it. At the same time, Chuffa finds Svarten into the connector. Shiro all alone, all by himself. Should have seen what. There, finds 1. Does get taken down by Envy. Very strong round from Enix. Good entry frags, finds 2 on the contact, and then the 3rd on the swing onto headshot. We do see a timeout coming out. I can't see who wrote it, as it may have just been called. But it is, I would assume, Starbuck Momentum taking this time to take a bit of a breather, discuss what they're going to do. At this point, I do think a full eco would be the right way to go. Wizard looking to grab that 6th round, taking the lead here. Overpass a very momentum-based map, in my opinion, and even if Wizard should get 8 rounds here as terrorist, I mean, momentum still in it. Still no crisis, the way I look at it. The problem now becomes the CT economy, which has been kind of, well, back and forth, I would say, in this game. It is indeed the full eco. They did pick up a flash, so I expect a bit of a play to be made, or at least attempted. Or is it just spacing out for a default very heavily towards B site, granted? A lot of utility being used by Jofa here, but, well, I don't think Team Wizard plans on actually doing anything about it. Envy holding the contact. Very blind round so far. Either team with very little info. Momentum, or they're not going to have info on the fountain. Or is it now finding some info onto the fountain? Should be expecting maybe the stack. Helber finding one. Helber looks for the second, finds it. Enix finding 1 now for himself. And then all of a sudden Kit is alone, but he does find one. Envy decides that he doesn't need a scope on the gun. But Hellberg does get taken down. They do have the money to replenish that. We do now see the buy coming in from Momentum here. All and all. They got what they need. Well, they're not full on utility. They definitely have some. I think the more crucial aspect here on the CT side is that there's no dev kit in the team. Which means, should we get to a position where there's not been too much combat, but the bomb goes down, well, the pressure's going to be on them. Siding over the smoke. What can he find? He's been strong so far in mid, finding an opening pick pretty much every time. Finds one. Can he get out? No. Well, he does have help from Swatten. Envy finds Swatten off the flank, though. Kit needs to help out. Thomason, other side of the map, finding Hellberg. Hellberg been trying to lurk towards that B-bomb site. I would argue too many times now. Sighting with a quick scout. Finds Envy. Looks for the third. Finds Chuffa. Looks really strong with that all up towards the party position. Now, I'm clearly no first division player. I'm not that, well, not that good at the game, nor do I have the time to get that good at the game. But I do think leaving Hellberg in that quote-unquote lurking position so far not really been working because, well, Wizard not been able to pull the rotations. And I feel at this point, well, it might just be a bit too readable. That being said, though, we do have a full buy from both sides. It is 6-6, even scoreline. Long take coming in. Sighton finds one. Does he look for more? Playing around with the utility. Hellberg again with this flank. Oh, he does manage to find Thomason. Making a mockery of me. Critiquing him. That being said, though, I do think Momentum was ready for it. It was just an amazing shot here from Hellberg. Can't take that away from him. Rotation coming down. Looking for the B-bomb side would appear. Momentum, well, they're not set up for this. I gotta admit that. After losing that initial player, still opting to just play one B, one long, one A, and one connector. That connector, guys, without knowing it, just going further and further away from the action. So this is going to come down to Shiroi. Here's the push. Contact. Shiroi finds one. Looks for more. Doesn't find the second. Gets taken out by Choffa. That should be the bomb. Kit. Well, he did go further and further away from the action, but now he has a flank. Envy. Finding Spartan. 2v3. Tough task here for Momentum. It's all going to come down to whether Kit can make that flank work. Finds one. Envy goes down. 2v2. Sidon. Been so good with the AWP. 50 finds one frag. Looks for the second. Doesn't find it. Info is there. Concept does get taken out by Kit. Momentum. They do end up winning the round. Wizard out. They do get a bomb plant. 3 players and AK. Honestly, if I were Wizard at this point, and they're keeping a very good track of the economy, this is definitely in the range of forcing. That being said, though, if you do end up forcing, you've kind of screwed if you don't get the round. Opting to go for the slightly more safe and conventional buy, just buying some pistols. Would have been a very tough force, but of course it could have, well, it could have worked. Again, we see Hellberg in this lurking position, and he's been getting quite a few frags with it, so at the same time, though, Momentum just picking apart the likes of Wizard, Envy, Enix, and Colts are all dead. Only invested pistols, but I do expect they'd actually want some result from the pistols here. Here's the tag. Should have heard the tag. Sighton. Oh, what a flick. Choffa gets down. Should have heard that. Hellberg, though, finding a frag despite being tagged. Okay. Well, he doesn't want any of it. managing to take down Hellberg. 8 on the round for Momentum. They do win the half. I do think they still kind of need that 9th round on the CT side. That's just me. 8th round is also fairly decent. Wizard die. Even winning the pistol, they're going to be looking for 7. So far in the teams, we see pretty much all players contributing. Tulsa and Phoenix. Well, they're not there yet on the kills. That's not for the lack of trying. Phoenix getting, amongst others, a hat-trick, opening the site and winning a round for Wizard. So the scoreboard, well, it doesn't tell everything. Again, Wizard going for that long control. This time Hellberg. He is not looking for that short position. Choffa finds Kit. Player advantage Wizard now. More times than not, they have decided to end onto the B-bomb site, and it would appear that that is the plan in this case as well. Momentum. Oh, they're actually opting to double, but Thomason, he's far here. He's deep. He's going to get early infight as he swings the corner. Finds one. 6 seconds. Goes for the fight. Decides to fight further. Could have fallen back there. Decides not to. But all of a sudden, Momentum. Well, bit of a panic state. 1 for 1. They're going to be, well, not doing too good. Wizard going to be looking hot. Coming in here. Shiro. Been looking so strong in the defense of B-bomb site. Sighton helping out, finding 1. Shiro swings, finds 1. Looking to sacrifice the second. He finds a 3rd. Doesn't. Envy does take him out. Bomb to be faked. Bomb to go down. Svarten. He's going to be swinging wide. He does find Envy, and that's 9 on the board for Momentum. The first half has been concluded. 9-6. Momentum taking an early lead here on Overpass. But again, momentum-based. And Momentum, well, they have it in their name. So far doing quite well. Wizard. I think they're going to be maybe not thrilled about this half, but it's a passing grade, at least in my book. 6 rounds here on to Overpass. Didn't really see any form of team play or full set executes from Wizard. It was more a team just pugging and training each other out. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a definitely viable way of playing Overpass. The question is, will Starbuck Momentum continue that trend, or will we see a bit more heavy set plays coming out from them? Ready has come out from Hellberg. And there comes the ready from Kit. Which means, ladies and gents, we are going in to the second pistol round of this map. I think it goes without saying, Wizard, they're going to be looking to pick up this pistol round. It's going to be important to them. Obviously, picking that up would give it a likely chance, at least, of being a 9-9 all-tied game. At which point, I would say, well, the advantage shifts over to Wizard. It is also their pick, so I do expect quite a bit of a, well, hefty CT side hit. Let's see if Momentum have anything special to pull out of the bag. Well, there's just one looking for the fight, scaring away the CT. Full player skins here on Momentum, I just noticed. A lot of teams asking whether or not to play with player skins. There's no rules as far as I'm aware in the league. It's more or less the teams agreeing. And this time they agreed that, or at least one of the teams wanted to use player skins. Whether or not they agreed, it doesn't matter. Eating's finding 1, finding 2. Look for the 3rd, does find him. Hellberg also helping out with a frag. All of a sudden, Swan very much alone. Bomb. Well, far away from being planted at least. Swan finds 1, but Chuffa decides to end his life. Wizard, 7 on the board, managing to pick up this also important pistol round, as well as denying the bomb plant. We're most likely going to be seeing an eco here from Momentum, and that's going to, well, at least bring it to a one round game. four MP9s and a M4. Granted, it's the quote-unquote bad M4, at least in my book. I feel like that's a discussion that will never die and would always be rehashed, but yes. Definitely personal preferences in the M4 department. There's no doubt about that. Okay, does take down Enix. Enix very much alone and very far up with that M4, getting it over to the server side. But Envy, well, he decides he wants the M4 back. Finds 2 to his name. Finds 3 to his name. Thomason is taken out by Tuffa. Can they manage to salvage that M4? Nope. M4 is lost and gone, so we're going to see a lot of MP9s. Envy tossing up that MP9 over to Enix, purchasing an AWP for himself. Kind of interesting buy here from Wizard. I definitely think they need to have a plan behind it. A lot of SMGs out and about, and now we do see the AKs coming in from Momentum. I don't think going for long range will necessarily work out. The AWP though might be what tips the scales. Short, firmly under control of the Wizard. Thomason. Damage finds Enix. At this point, the cat is out of the bag. They know Wizard has an AWP on it. Shiro does get dinked himself, but Hellbig does go down for his effort. 2-player advantage here for Momentum. At this point, I would imagine it all comes down to avoiding that AWP. Looks like Wizard going to be grouping up, saving that AWP. Unless Momentum decides to run straight into them, which would be bad for Momentum, I suppose. I do expect a hunting party to gather after the bomb has been gone down. Or been planted, rather. Here comes the push. Should be all clear and nothing to say. Shiro holding the flank. At this point, I do expect all CTs to just kind of try and stay alive. After all, that would perhaps allow them to buy next round, not having to invest into armor. A couple of kits around as well. I mean, at this point, the round is lost. You're not going to win it. Might as well save that into the next round. Maybe you could argue, play a cheeky angle, try and find a frag. Maybe get an AK, but yeah, saving, I think, better option. Tossing aside those MP9s and buying a better gun. Enix though, low in cash, might be looking to pick up one of those MP9s. Terrorists win. And Colt. So I disagree with that play. Tuffa Colt's up trying to go for frags, ends up losing that duel. They do go down. Was it opting to not buy here? Which is slightly risky. I mean, they still have an AWP in play. Having no guns to protect the AWP, that's always going to be risky. Starwick Momentum. Oh, does look like the B hit is coming. Finding one, called Sutton, finding one, he's hit. He's the decider, finds 3. Sutton finds the 4. The AWP is down. A lot of damage has been done. But Enix doesn't find that frag. And all of a sudden, I mean, they're so close to winning the round, but they do lose that AWP. I don't think they have money to rebuy it. Even as a glass cannon, that's not going to be viable. So the AWP is not there. Slightly strange decisions coming out from Wizard. Full buy from both teams though. Envy with the deagle. Other than that, we see full rifles. A lot of B presence here for Momentum. Here comes the push. one. Hellboy finds one. Thomas has found Carlside this time. Joffa finds a second. Utility to go out. Looks for the third. Finds the third. Finds him. Enix also finding Kit. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Wizard picking up that 9th on the board. So close to double digits. Momentum. Well, they don't really have the economy. Side might drop off some pistols here. Spartan buying fully. Not sure if they have a special tactic around this or whether or not that was just a misbuy. Might be opting for play here. Envy finds a lot of info. Even 21, 22, finding 3. Hat trick to his name. Looks for the 4th. Finds it. For the 5th. Full A's for Enix. What a man. What a legend. What a myth. I don't know. But very good play from Enix. Looking very strong. Very controlled. And that AK investment from Svarten really not paying dividends. We do see a buy coming in here. An off onto Saitan, but only a Golil to Shiro and then Tech 9 to Svarten. Strange. It's strange because I know I'm a worse CS player than all of these players. But the economy choices that they're currently doing feels super strange behind. Or just super strange for the time being. See Long being taken by momentum. Slow around this time around. Important also to note that Saitan has only regular Kevlar, doesn't have head armor, so any M4's in play. Gonna be strong against that. Some utility, at least towards the A-bomb side. Gotta say, throughout this entire game, not a lot of action on the A-bomb side. B-bomb side definitely been the point of contention. Slow and steady, might win the race. Momentum looks like they're gonna be opting for a bit of an aggressive A-take now. Oh, I mentioned it. Damage being dealt, but the card might be dealt as well. Trade's going in the favor so far of momentum, I would say. Looks for the 3rd, does find him. And he goes down. All of a sudden, 2 players with guns alive, as well as Spartan managing to pick up the gun at one point. Boost to come out. What can Wizard find off of that? So far, nothing. Spartan full in play. 2-player retake. They do have kits, so they don't have any utility. Honestly, with the discipline of momentum, yeah, they're just opting for the save. I think that's a very smart decision here coming out from Wizard. The way that's planted and against 3 guns, that's not a very good situation to be in. Opting to save those 2 rifles. That's going to lead them to be able to buy fully in the round to follow. Momentum going to be very happy with that. Low investment. And they do actually end up winning the round as well. 12 on the board. We do see double digits on both teams here. Got to say a very close overpass. Well, slow rounds did work out for momentum in the previous round. It appears that they're going to be trying to replicate that formula. And with the ult now, looking for the first frag. Well, so far, very, again, slow and steady round. Good molly onto divider. We do see 3 CT players towards the A-bomb side. Wizard opting to go for a bit of a retake scenario here on B side. That being said, though, they do have a player on barrels, which would be Kalsa side. With the Envy, just tag him a bit too quick on the flick. Shoots him through the wall. Titan 2 HP to his name. But he has an ult. He doesn't need anything else. As long as he's alive, he's a threat. Short has been taken now by Momentum. Utility coming out. Hey, Thomason finding the first one. Kit finding calls as well. Chopper. Molly to go out towards the bomb site. Actually finding sight of that Molly. Time is low, but bomb should be going down. Shiro finding Chopper. At this point, it's only Unix left, and he goes down as well. 13 on the board for Momentum. I gotta say, they looked really comfortable on the CT side, and well, likewise on the T side, I would say, looking very, very comfortable indeed. Go here from Wizard. Good chance of seeing 14 on the board for Momentum unless mistakes are made. Despite being Wizard's pick hit, I will say Momentum, they've been looking to have the control of the map, I would say. On either side, as I mentioned previously, they look very calm. They generally look like they have a plan despite their somewhat weird financial decisions at times. But the same could be said for Wizard, and currently Momentum are winning the game, so I don't see them complaining. Well, trades being traded all over the place. The Woods are going to be happy with that. 2 for 2, considering they're on the low bite. Picking up an AK as well. Being said though, A site for Momentum seem to be somewhat in control, but at the same time, they really haven't taken it. Is it opting to go for the boost instead of trying to risky cross onto truck? Kurt finding Hellberg off the flank. Finding off the boost. Envy with the AK. Might just opt for a save here at this point. An AK into the next round. Definitely gonna be nice for them. Maybe not a must, but would be nice. Goes the Dynamite. 14 on the board for Momentum. Wizard surviving with that 1 AK. They're going to be having a buy here, but at this point, it's now or never. Momentum looking to get that 15. Guaranteed overtime. Momentum, well, they do have a better buy. I do think the Wizard's going to be happy with what they have at the moment, though. It looks like Momentum, they say to hell with it. Time to go full-on aggressive. Momentum. Straight up onto the B-bomb site. Kid finding one. Drop that. Looks for the damage. Finds one. Finds two. Looks for the turret. Doesn't find him. Charo finds a frag onto Joffa. 3v3. Calls up. Making it in his favor. Titan decides that he wants to use that action. Finds a frag. Swings wide again. Finds Envy, and at the same time Spartan takes down Enix. All of a sudden, Momentum 15 on the board. Switching up the pace completely from the safe, from the slow, methodical to the just dumbfoundedly aggressive set onto the B-bomb site. Well, that's 15 on the board for Momentum. Someone says, Spartan, happy birthday, my man. Apparently it's Spartan's birthday, and what a great day it is. because they're looking to close out the first map of the series. Titan does see the back of him. Doesn't find the frag though. Need to go out. Envy down to 36 HP. A bit of a failed flash. We've all been there. No worry, man. I'll pretend I didn't see it. But yes, indeed, happy birthday to Spartan. That's always nice. Utility being traded, but so far slowing down again. A bit of an explosive opening to the start of the round, but they do decide that the slow, methodical is the way to go, at least for now. Connector control though, firmly controlling momentum. Here comes the push. Helberg. Second, finds the second. Helberg looking really strong here with the MP9. Managing to find 2 AK players. I think they're going to be more than happy with that. Momentum. Well, that 16 currently eluding them. Helberg down to 19 HP, but still alive. Here comes the A push. Helberg. He's going to push up behind them. Finds one. Enix finds one as well. Kurt trades him out. Bomb. It's being planted. Does it go down? Yes, it does. Titan finds one. Looks for the second. Tech9 does get taken down. All down to Kurt. Down at 38 HP. Finds the first frag. Chuffer doesn't want to wait. Goes for the frag. Helberg down to 19 HP after the first fight. Does find Kit though. Helberg keeping the dream alive. 11 on the board for Wizard. I think Choffa making it a bit more exciting than it needed to be. Could have just waited for Helberg to swing around for him. Decided to take matters into his own hand, putting pressure onto Helberg. (15-11). We're seeing another buy here coming out from Momentum. Wizard, again, full buy. They won the round. Money's looking tight. Only 2 for Masses. They do have an AWP through the Envy though. Short, being taken by Momentum. Connector also in the process of being cleared out. Wizard opting to play 3B. To fairly keep it to mid, opting to leave long and connector out of the picture altogether. Well, we continue what we've been doing the first, 26 rounds of the game. Slow and steady, appear to be winning the race. Well, not a lot happening. Time is running out though. A lot of utility being exchanged from both sides here. Kit. Molly should go out here. Is that a frag? Right. They're not showing anything here. Not even taking a fight. Here comes the push though. Helberg with the flank. Or the cross. Kalsa finds one. Helberg finds one. Kalsa does get traded out. Enix finding one. Enix finding 2. All of a sudden, Titan very much alone. Looks for the first. Finds the first. Looks for the second. Finds the second. Looks for the third. Runs out of bullets. Gets taken down. Choffa finds the frag onto him. Wizard again. While they're hanging on. 12 on the board here. Their money is still tight, but Momentum has no money. So, well, let's put it this way. I don't think any bank would be very happy with them as of right now. (15-12). We've seen Wizard arguably losing a bit of these force buys earlier, or towards these force buys, I would say. Granted, the sides were reversed, but I think the sentiment kind of stands here. Once again, we embrace this slow and steady. Down to a minute, nothing's happened. Well, apparently either team not in a rush tonight, which is nice. I mean, I'm not in a rush either, so I'm happy to watch them play chess. But I feel like this is more akin to pulse up. Finds the first, Kit goes down. Joffa, flash. Hero finds one, Helberg finds two. So the third finds him, and finds the fourth here. Helberg picking up the slack. Finding 4 frags. 15 to 13. Well, it's getting into that dangerous, getting close to overtime territory at the moment. Would be nice to have some overtime on the first map, I would say that. Not a lot to say at this point. I mean, there's nothing we haven't seen before. That being said, that momentum, they are shifting towards that A site. I did make a point of mentioning that earlier, that, well, the A-bomb site really never been that much of a contested area. But this time around, momentum, making sure to utilize it. Having a couple people mid as well as long. Wizard. They are stacked correctly against this. Sighting. So the frag finds the trade. 1 for 1. Looks for the second. Finds the second. Helberg does go down. All of a sudden, player advantage momentum hit. Joffa trading 1 each. Joffa finding a second. Equalizing. Looks for the third. Finds the third. Can he find the fourth? Looks for the fourth. 3 HP hit. Has 5 bullets. Spot nades out. And that is the frag. 16-13. STB momentum. While they do take map 1, don't go anywhere. We'll be back very shortly with the second map.
I'm running out of time. Every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby. I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Take my hand, and we don't need to do the things we don't want to do.
Alright, alright, alright. Welcome back in. We are looking for map number 2, Infinity. Well, this is Momentum's pick. They decided to run away with the pick of Wizard, winning it 16-13. Going to be looking to look even stronger, I would suppose, on their own map pick. But first, the most important part, we need to get the knife out of the way. Well, who wants to go first? Everyone being passive. There we go. Things are swinging. People are dying. You're going to have to make me do some camera work as well here. One player production crew. There you go. Wizard, pick up the knife round. I do expect we're going to be seeing a bit of a stay command coming out. So it did, so it did. And all of a sudden, we are looking for the pistol round of the second map. And for those just joining us, this is indeed Telialigaen Spring Split. This is the first division. And it is the second round. Momentum looking very strong on overpass. Looking to close out the deal, picking up 3 points. At this point, Wizard, they're going to be looking for that 1-1. Picking up a point. And, well, arguably more impressively, at that point, taking away that extra point from Momentum. Or 2 extra points, rather. Pistol time indeed. So far, nothing too out of the ordinary with the buys. Looks fairly common. Spot. It's going to do some damage. Close Wizard, fall back. But as far as we know, the bomb has been set towards the A-bomb site. Kit going to be rotating back. Sending Spartan on a suicide mission, I would imagine. Here comes the push. 1 out, 2 out, 3 out. Enemy finding 1. Thomason finding Hellberg. 1-for-1 trade. Momentum going to be happy with that. Bomb to be going down. Thomason swings wide. Doesn't find the frag. Does find a bit of damage. 4-4. We do see a kit on the side of Wizard. Thomason takes the head of Envy. Choffer with the kit. Needs to stay alive. Need to be in here towards the latter end of the round. Should they stand a chance? Spartan finding Enix though. Finding Choffer as well. Carl's already low. Spartan doesn't want any of it. The birthday boy, the man of the hour, picking up 3 frags to his name. Looking very strong. Thomason helping him out with the 2 other frags. Momentum, well, they do pick up that also important pistol round here on the terrorist side. Full buy coming out. I gotta say, Wizard, they're investing heavily into this round. Lots of deagles, a bit of utility. Kevlar and all players. Inferno has quite a lot of these short, crooked corners. With a deagle, you're always deadly. It's just one shot to the good old head and you're dead. Joffa, can you find a frag here? Does find one for the second. Doesn't find it. Let's get it down by Kit. Sighton doing a lot of damage. Finds a frag, but enemy trades out. Hellberg also finding Kit at this point. All of a sudden the round swings. Hellberg might even be able to pick up a bit of a Mach 10 hit. Shiro gonna be trying to deny that, and he does. Hellberg does go down. Does get in a hit though. Shiro down to 51 HP. Rotation to come through. B-bomb site. Oh, that's fairly under control here. Bomb to go down. Momentum. They're putting the pressure onto Wizard. Only 2 deagles to work with, no kit, so they got to work fairly quickly here. Momentum setting up a nice crossfire. Doc and new boxes. Just going to be waiting for the cross for both players here, I would imagine. No swinging. Still not the contact. Thomas finding the first. Shiro finding the second. Momentum making it look easy. Picks up that second ball, or second round. And Wizard, well, they only had deagles, but they invested everything they had into that round. They're going to be having a bit of an eco hit. We actually still see 2 Mach 10s being played here. Going to be farming some money, leading the charge, taking the bullets and all that, I would imagine. Overpass was indeed riddled with the slow pace and the methodical playstyle. Expected to see that here as well. Finding 1, 2 side of the flank, finding 2 of the Mac 10, going to be farming quite a bit of cash. Doesn't manage to save the AK though, so those Mac 10s will need to be upgraded, unless we're just going to do a 5-man push somewhere. Use them as meat shields. That appears to be the plan, or at least saving the Mac 10s. Thomason, got some Mac 10 as well. What's the plan here? Just a full B rush maybe? I think tempo. Tempo. Looks like the utility comes out. Tries to counter smoke. Sighting's going to be closed very quickly, but the CTs, they do manage to get back. But it's a 2d5. Joffa finds 1, finds 2, finds 3. Joffa with a spray down. Jero finds 1. Joffa finds the 4th. He does have to reload at this point, but Kit, he's nowhere near it. Joffa making it work for himself here. Finding those initial... Oh man, that is just insane. 4 frags here. Does get taken out eventually by Kit. But at this point, Wizard, they're well prepared. They rotated. Well, the round goes to Wizard. Managing to pick up that first score. That being said, that momentum, they did a bit of damage. Getting 2 frags. Gonna be able to buy fully here as well. We do see the orb now onto Envy. Was that an extra gun being placed? No. Okay, never mind. Nothing I can critique there. Default setup this time. I'll default and default. I mean, they're going a bit aggressive towards A. Taking that mid control, it would appear. Skeleton go out. That gap. Looks like there's a gap in that smoke, is there? Alright, the smoke is solid. The map is lying. Banana on a heavy utility usage. So far, Wizard winning that one. Using all their utility to get it though. Titan all the way down to 4 HP. And here's the bomb carrier. Just going to be hanging back. Opting to wait. CT here under threat. She right? For the frag. Apparently radar's off. Oh, I'll turn that back on. Sure, finding 1. Knows the second one is there. As he fought him just a second ago. Also, looks for the fight. Fights 1, fights 2. Gets taken out by Spartan. Enix though swinging, finding the frag. Enix popping up on the box as well. Finding Spartan eventually. Wizard picking up that second round. Momentum. Well, they did have a plan behind it. Just didn't work out. I'm going to be forced to go for a bit of a pistol buy here, I would imagine. Nothing too spectacular. But we all know, getting maybe 1 CT out of position, cause an over-rotate, or even get a bomb site fairly free. So he's nice. We'll be in there. Envy going for the P. Can he find a frag? Yes, he does. Sighton falls victim to the ult. Does get taken down. Good start on the round. Well, momentum. Pressure towards B. Here comes the pressure. Hellberg finds 1, finds 2, Chopper finds 1. Finds the second. Double each. Oh, no need to overthink it. Once the shots hit, they hit. All tied. 3-2-3. Momentum. Gonna be able to buy up here. Not the greatest of buys. Especially not for Thomason, but the rest of them do have a bit of utility to work with. CT side though, full buy as expected. Didn't lose anything, so nice for them. Economy starting to build up quite a bit as well. Spartan finds the early infight. Managed to survive as well. Some utility usage up towards the banana. Not finding anything for their effort, just trading utility back and forth. Kind of the name of the game for Inferno, I would suppose. Counter utility from both sides hit. Shiro down to 0 HP. Oh, well, 0, not 0 because he would be dead, but 1 HP. more counter utility being used by Wizard here. Quite clever counter utility as well, smoking off that gap with the wall, mauling behind it, stopping any form of cheeky play. Double here. Alberg finds one. Alberg doesn't find two, but Chopper finds one. Finds two. Chopper goes for the third, finds a hat trick. Man, oh man, Chopper really strong. Thomason equaling it out quite well, kind of finding that one frag. 2v1. Is he expecting this off angle? The answer is no. That doesn't matter because, well, I just praised Chopper for looking really solid, but he didn't write that. At this point, might pick up the bomb. That's at least what he's attempting to, and he did. Time is not in his effort. B has got to be the end site. Kalsa. Hello. Easy as they come. 4 on the board for Wizard, looking very strong. But I gotta say though, Chopper, that's just a solid B-hole. Looking really strong. Him and Halberg just have that on lockdown so far. Momentum. Have to reconsider. Just upgrade the pistols. So far, let's take a look at the scoreboard again. Chopper, way up ahead here. Been playing really strong. Other teammates lacking behind. Early days, early games still. Here comes the mid push. Teammates finds two, looks for the third, finds it. Hat trick for the quad. Quadra kill, nice for him. Kalsa off of the flank, finds that last. No ace for you. But they're gonna be happy with that. Only losing Envy that. 5 on the board for Wizard. Looking, I gotta say, kind of strong on the CT side here. I wasn't too impressed with their CT side on Overpass, but, well, Inferno, obviously, I mean, it is Momentum's pick, granted. But it's one of those maps that I have a feeling... this might just be me, but I do have a kind of feeling that people play Inferno a bit more than they do Overpass. That might just be me and my people, like. But generally speaking, I find that to be true. Cheeky setup, but on a control in hand for Wizard. That's going to be the clue to rotate. Or the Q to rotate would be a better using of it. Counter utility being used. Hellberg finally arrived. It's going to help out with the utility usage. Take utility being applied. Shutting off the library. Full rotation coming in here. This might be a B split. Either that or just a straight up A hit. Enix finding one. Down for a bit. Thomason finds Duffer through the smoke. All of a sudden, A very much under threat. Kit finds one. The flank on the other side. Hellberg finding one. Enix finding one. Enix does get traded out, but Hellberg, the flank. Is he expecting Shiro so close? No, he isn't. Does get taken down. This point is all up to Envy with the AWP. He does need to find that entry. He does have Kit, so time. Granted, still the essence, but has a bit more to play around with. 5 extra seconds. That's always nice. The round does go over. Let's see. I just got to do some stuff. There we go. And he's gone. Nice. Alright. Well, that did and as anticipated with Momentum taking the round. Not a moment too soon either. We do see Wizard. They do have to bite into that money they've saved up. Momentum though, they have everything they need. It's a win all kind of round. Either side would most likely have to go into Nico after this. this very slow, methodical kind of playstyle. We saw a lot of it in Overpass. Joffa has been a master of just setting up his team so far. Or not setting up his team, but just rescuing the team, I think would be a better phrasing of it. Kit, gonna be expecting this, finds him, Joffa goes down. Momentum, player lead, rotations being forced out. 2-2 all of a sudden. Now comes the question for momentum, where did they go? I don't think A is the better option in this case, as the rotation would most likely leave A slightly weaker than normal. Enix still with a bit of utility here though. We do see the lineup coming up. That's going to be the library smoke, I believe. Coming in. Yeah. It is. Counter utility. Being smoked out. Here comes the push. 5-man. Kit. Can he find anything? He does. And at the same time, Shiro finds Carlson down in the pit area. And all of a sudden, well, Wizard, they're left with just 2 players. Envy and Hellberg. And they decided, well, they do decide to tuck tail and run. That being said, though, I mean, Momentum's obviously going to take this round, which was 5 on the board, tying the game up nicely and neatly. They only lose Thomason, so not a major loss in, well, equipment. The question to Wizard now is going to be, do they go for a safe or a force here in the next round? I wouldn't be surprised. I think this is a place at least where normally I would expect a team to take a bit of a pause. Discuss the economy, discuss how it's looking. They can't afford a rifle onto Enix. Joffa could arguably get it for mass, but with very little utility. I think you just go for slightly upgraded guns onto Enix, who had the extra cash. I do think this is the right call. I mean, I think they do need a good buy here to deal with momentum. It's just, I have a feeling that that AWP and that M4 either need to make the difference or it won't survive this round. I think that's going to be crucial for the next round. And obviously giving 6 on the board here for momentum. Not grand. Not great. Oh. Just get it down. Sighton with the AWP looked really strong on Overpass. This is his bullet here though. Utility to work the D-bomb site. Nothing set in stone though, but rotation has been called. Sighton looking for that frag, not hitting it. Just jiggle picking here in top mid. But here comes the flank. Hellberg finds one. Position has been revealed. What does he do? He falls back further even to T-spawn. But Shiro at the same time finds call sign. Hellberg kind of out of the fight here. I think his position is kind of revealed at the same time as he just, generally speaking, isn't in the fight. Spartan though, here's the step banana fight. But looks for one, doesn't find it. Counter utility. Smoke comes out. At this point, it appears like Hellberg might just want to help his teammate to acquire that gun. Albert actually posted up into apps now. Spartan sees the frag, gets the kill. Joffa all the way up banana. I don't know why Helbert keeps going for this. He does try. Team poising up into the corner. Oh, Sky. Oh, happy days. And Spartan looks for the frag, doesn't find it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really mean anything. Joffa doesn't have anything to save. 6 on the board, momentum going into the lead here. Gonna be very happy with that. Generally speaking, 6 rounds on Inferno, I think more than enough for a terror side. But they want more, don't we all? Joffa might just go for a fight here. No, first up, anti-flash. Him and Hellberg have been looking very strong on the side, I gotta say. Defenses have been, well, very, very solid. So far, though, these slow rounds not going in the way of Wizard. Momentum arguably just grinding them down, using up the utility. Finally, Well, either they find the initial frags or they just don't really care and end up just going for an A execute. Top mid, under contention now. Gonna be cleared out here by momentum. Actually, they don't. They just forced them off the angle. This look like the same kind of setup we saw earlier here. Mid has been taken. Double apps control. Calls up. Sound like he almost wanted to fake a drop down, but I think that keeps away his position more so than anything. Enix in the smoke. Kit finds calls up. Enix in the smoke though finds one. For the second, finds the second. Envy at the same time finding Titan. Enix still alive, finds the third. Spot all alone. Gets picked down by Enix as well. Good round from Enix. Hiding behind the smoke. Just staying alive, delaying. Eventually killing everything. Getting a quad kill for his effort. 6-6. I was saying that momentum was picking apart Wizard here, but as it turns out, it's just Enix in general picking off momentum. It would appear. Full wide from both sides once more. Back to those one takes all kind of rounds. Spartan finds one. Do they expect the player close? They don't. Spartan finds one. Spartan swings wide, finds a second. That should be a free bomb site. Cross without the smoke. Does manage to stay alive. Envy missing the spray down. Bomb to go down. Momentum. Player advantage. Bomb has been planted. Full kit. So that's not a worry. Envy, he's deep. He's deep. Do they expect him this close? Well, they don't. Thomason goes down. Envy finds one more. Shiro finds one. Carlson finds Shiro. All of a sudden, Titan very much alone. Keeps on flashing and flashing and flashing. The fuse has been started. The fuse has gone through. Titan finds Enix though. One player alive from both sides. We're going to be seeing a force here once again. Well, it's not even a force. It's a regular buy from Momentum and Wizard. Well, they're going to be buying up as well, but don't have that large amount of cash, really. We're back to the one round all. This looks like a 9-6 or a 7-8 kind of half. Banana aggression hit from Wizard, as well as some lineups being done by Momentum. Again, it looks like A is the objective. Kurt is just sat in the smoke. Oh, here comes some utility usage. The rotation has been called. Helberg is on his way. Envy doesn't have armor, and Kurt, he's behind. Finds one, finds two. Perfect trigger discipline. Shiro finds Enix. Helberg ruins the fun though for Kit. But at this point, a lot of job has been done already. Helberg goes down. Choffer, it is up to you, my friend. It is a 1v3. I gotta say though, Kit making that round, getting those two frags and the trigger discipline just on point. Impressive to watch. It might seem like a very simple thing, but it's all about being calm and collected, and actually daring to do it as well, which he did, and it worked out great for them, getting that free bomb plant and almost a free round, one could say. Joffa looks for a frag, does find it, picks up an AK to his name. He's going to be able to survive with that AK. But that's 7 on the board for Momentum, ties up the game, and money for Wizard not on their side. Starbuck Momentum, well, as in their title, the Momentum is on their side right now. We're going to be seeing an absolute full buy here. Full utilities except for Titan. Oh man. Momentum going to be very happy with this half either way. Wizard Well, they do need to pick up that 8th round. And Wizard, I mean, they lost the pistol round. They're going to be somewhat happy with this, I suppose. Getting 7 on the board. Pistol. Hellberg goes for a repick there. Goes, oh, he goes down. Thomason finds a frag. Player advantage momentum already. Being on the T side, I mean, that's just huge. The rotation coming in. Choffa with the AK is going to be rotating over towards the A-bomb site. A lot of utility being used banana. And that's actually going to clue or cue Choffa in. And he's going to rotate back. Nothing decided though from momentum as it would appear. Just taking map control. Bomb though, definitely gravitating towards that bomb site. Calls up. Finds a dink, finds a frag. Kind of runs into the nade, but not enough to kill him. I gotta say, Thomas is looking low. Lost a bullet to his back. Suddenly this round is somewhat falling apart for momentum, but here comes the push itself. This is what breaks it, or makes it. Kit, so strong last round. Looks one, looks second, finds both. That's the AK dealt with. Ian granted though has picked up another one on the other side of the map, going to be flanking up from Banana. Kit is low, Spartan is low, Titan is low. This is not, I mean, they're all low. This is not impossible, but it all comes down to this little fight here on Banana. Thomason takes that fight, and I believe that should be the round. The AK was needed. Momentum. Stomach momentum picking up that 8th round. Wins the half. Wizard. Well, they're on the back foot here. I think one would rarely see such a crucial pistol round as the one we got coming up. Alright, ladies and gents. Again, this is the Telialigaen Spring Split. First Division, second round. Momentum. Well, they have everything they want from that first half. It's all about getting the pistol round, getting the ball rolling, and just cruising through the rest of the game. Wizard, I think this is a must-win pistol round. I think so. If they don't win it, it's going to be a slugfest to even get back to even numbers. It's all going to come down to this. Utility being used, momentum. Are they ready for this? Well, they aren't, but they're chasing from behind. Wizard, they only have banana control. They're not on the B-bomb side. Momentum behind them here. Finding 2. Shiro finding 1. Just containing them. Kit. Ready for this. Finding 1. Momentum dealing with this somewhat decently. Player advantage definitely here for momentum. Kit, can he find one more? Bomb has gone down. Spartan finds 1. At the same time, Kit goes down. 2v1. Kit still alive onto Shiro. He's going to kick it. And Spartan ends it. Crucial pistol round here goes for momentum. Wizard with the attempted push up banana. Not a dumb idea if they would have just gone through with it. The problem was, as far as I could see, they didn't have any counter smoke for the molly. And the rotation from momentum being on par, taking the duels, winning the duels somewhat. And just denying the cross. Well played from momentum. Not a bad try from Wizard. We do see the force coming in. Fairly known for this at the moment, kind of meta. Where you get the bomb plant and buy up the following round. You basically have the same or better guns than the CT side. As far as I'm aware, this is something Valve did to, well, try and justify or equal out the advantage CT has. Being the defenders. And one can argue till you die whether or not that is a fair way to do it. It is almost as controversial, I would say, as the new thing that's been added now. But that doesn't affect teams at all. That being said, though, Shiro outside, putting 1 each. Momentum looking very strong. Hellberg low on HP. Does get taken down eventually. Kid on the flank. Finds Chuffa. Even finds Galil for himself. And all of a sudden, it's only Kit left with a MP9. Thomason probably buying an MP9 here as well. Actually not. Manages to pick up an M4. We have double digits though on the board here for momentum. Full deagles and a bit upgraded pistol here for Wizard. Opting not for the Kevlar. I don't have money for it. I'm going to be buying up in the following round. Oh, it's been a bit more eventful cast on the Inferno again. Here comes the push though. Spartan finds one. Molly stops the rest of the team dead in its tracks. Here comes the utility. Nades being dealt out. Double kill here. Kit fighting 3 with the MP9 farming money. Or we're probably going to see him drop the MP9, buy him off or something, and then trade that over. As you do. Would expect Sighton to have the AWP. There you go. Did well on overpass. Definitely going to be continuing that trend, I would imagine. Important round for Wizard. They do need to start making a dent here. They need to start lowering the competition momentum. If not, I am scared that stopping momentum will and never be stopped. Like a hurling snowball being, I don't know, drafted towards the ground, building in size, and then crushes you. That is what stopping momentum will do to Wizard. If Wizard don't stop putting up a bit of a front hit. No banana control for either team, really. Momentum opting to play from sight. And Wizard altogether opting not to do it. We do see some counter aggression here. I expect the flash to come out. Do they expect this? They do. Chop out finds one. Carlson finds one. Aggressive not working out. I mean, Thomason finds Chopper, but at this point, that's 3 players dead here from momentum. Going for a risky play, not paying dividends at all. Bomb to go down. 4 players alive for Wizard. This is the dent I was talking about. They do need to do this. Looking very strong. I mean, momentum taking a bit of a risk there. Tries to go for a set play. Flashes out 2 players. Doesn't work out. Wizard ready for it. Just kills them. Well, momentum. They're going to be able to save at least an all up here. The Famas looks to be able to push up a bit closer. Maybe wanting to upgrade to a AK. Fight strike. Looks for the second. Doesn't fight him. Enemy trades it out at this point. It's all down to Sighton. He's just going to save that up. There's nobody hunting that side of the map as well, so no more stuff will happen. Wizard picking up the 8th round of the... Well, their 8th round, I suppose. I was going to say game, but that would be a lie. Full buy from either side, though. Full utility here onto Wizard. And near to full. At least they have a lot of smokes and a lot of mollies here on momentum. Here comes the mid push as well. Momentum. They don't want to play anymore. They just want it over with. Finds one. Player advantage so far, Wizard. That doesn't last all too long. Spartan. As we were mentioning earlier, this is his birthday. Decides to just, you know, he wants to go party or celebrate with friends, I don't know. And decides he doesn't want to play Inferno anymore and just kills the entire lineup of a Wizard. Only Enix left. Now Moller though, might give away your position. Here's one. Enix, I'm going to be expecting you close. Kind of ring around the roses here with the CT&T player. Spartan seems to be winning that. Oh, actually, none of them are winning it. They just continuously do it. They're actually going back and forth. Enix, though, he slipped past everything. Momentum, they think they've cleared apps, but they haven't. Here's the audio cue. The smoke goes out. Plant goes down. A bit of a mistake here coming out from momentum. Many of those, but it doesn't matter. Good. Or KYT takes down Enix. Am I going to stream Apex? Apex is being sent on the national channel, so I don't think so. I don't know where you're from, Snuggles, but if you're from Norway, you can turn... Wait, Apex? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the main match is. If they're playing at 9, then they're the main match. I haven't really been paying too much attention, I gotta admit. 12 on the ball, though, for momentum. I'm from Sweden. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to cast it. I'll look into it. Granted, if I even have time, do I? I don't think so, because that starts in 15 minutes. We'll look into it, though. We can switch over to it if I can get it connected to it. I'll see after. So far in this game, though, work has gone down. Wizard off the back foot. Momentum. They have everything they need. Well, it's going out. So far, Wizard managing to clear out the site. 3-2 retake. Not impossible. I don't have a lot of utility. Well, Shira has quite a bit of utility actually to work with here. Thomason finds the info onto new ones. Damage being dealt. Finds the frag. And he finds one, looks for the second. Finds the second. Sweets. Can he get the third? No, it's not. Looks for the third. Finds the third. Wizard actually managing to pick up that 9th round on the board. I'm going to be very happy with that. Envy saving it, clutching it out big time. Momentum, well, they've lost everything at this point. They do have to go for an eco. We might even see double digits here onto Wizard. Slower start. We don't see really any chance Momentum can get this unless they find an easy frag. Relying on Wizard to make mistakes, and they do. It goes down. Hellbug finds a frag though, trading it out. Enemy just protecting that gun, making sure that Momentum don't get anything they can use to get into this round. Hellbug getting dinged as well. And that should be the A-bomb site. And at that point, it's only Kit left. With an AK, no armor. And limited opportunities, one would say. Well, the save is on its way. While the save is happening, I will take a quick look to see if there's any chance of casting the main line so I can actually give you an answer. I do think I'm fairly certain that I can't, but I will see what it says here. Matches. There is the round secured. Let's go Apex. In other news, Oilers take the match against Team Midgard 2-0. It appears that you can, so we'll see whether or not we can switch over to that later. Enix though, gonna be having a lot of pressure towards him now. Getting one frag. Finding two actually. 2 for 2 so far, they're gonna be happy with that. Picking up an AK for their troubles as well. All of a sudden, they have a chance of actually getting into this round. Let me bring up chat again, so I'm happy. There we go. You can't, okay. I wasn't sure. It says that you can, but apparently you can't. You might be right. I have no clue. Never tried, so. Anyway, for the time being, though, in the current map, momentum. They still need a couple of frags hit. Helberg off of the side, finding one. Spartan off an off angle, finds one. That's an AK at hand as well. All of a sudden, they have 2 AKs, no kit. So speed is key. Comes to utility, smokes off pit, tries to isolate these fights. Kit finding one, Kit finding two. What amazing flicks! 2 quick flicks, and he got the round. Or does he? I don't know the timing of this. Yes, he does. He does. Alright, momentum. 13 on the board. Making it work with just a couple of pistols here. Not the round that Wizard was looking for. They can buy up. Momentum going to be buying up as well. Gotta say though, these two teams very evenly matched. I do think this is going to come down to the fact that Wizard, they lost a few too many rounds here on the CT side. It's always rough to catch up on Terror side. But yeah, Dr. Snuggles, very sorry about that, but then there's nothing I can do. Your best chance would then be to get like a VPN or something. And subscribe to the Norwegian television channel. But that costs money, so, you know. That would be the only way to do it. I'm sorry, as it is the main match. There's nothing I can do. Looks like A is going to be the target of attention. Well, I say that. As I say that, they tend to fall back. Going all the way back. Giving up any form of map control. They don't have banana. Now they don't have apps anymore. Maybe just expecting the momentum won't go aggressive here. Momentum's, they've stacked 4-player towards A. Spartan has been very, very strong this entire game, but 1v4, that's rough. Terror side, they do have a couple of smokes to extinguish this molly. There comes the extinction. Utility to be used. Shiro finding 2. Looks for the third. Finds the third. Swan finds the fourth. Envy, he's on site, but at what cost? I mean, that entire push is nowhere near. Wizard. Envy, you need to stay alive or you're going to have no cash. No cash he has because he goes down. Momentum, 14 on the board. Wizard. Well, they have no money. Envy all the way down to 250 bucks. Just waiting too long, and it's a weird call to then go back B. They're doing it blindly. They have no info. They just get shut down. The CT smoke had a gap. I'm not sure whether or not that was due to the molly or just a missed lineup. We do see a full force here for Wizard though. They're basically saying that it's now or never. Phoenix gets taken out by Spartan. Wizard already a player down. Don't have guns to play around with either. Sighton, been really after it so far. Takes a shot off the jiggle peak, doesn't find anything, just gonna smoke that off. Smoked off from both sides actually. Thomason, I think you're gonna have some pressure here. Well, as I say that, Wizard appear to be going long. Dive straight into the scope hit of Sighton. Finds one. Calls it with Eagle. Finds a trade. Molly to come out, denying them the AWP. Yet to rotate though. Rotate is not even in speedway yet. Envy off the flank, finds the dink. Hellberg finds Thomason. Envy all of a sudden finding Shiro and around, granted they forced, but around where Wizard really didn't have an entry, just all of a sudden flips. Momentum losing that initial hold. Weird that no rotation was called. Just letting them take long control without any repercussions. Calls with the AUG. Well, at least get the input. I don't think Momentum has any time here. I think it's all about getting exits. Oh, he wants to molly down into the pit, but, well, he got spotted. Had to just chuck the molly. 2 players survive apiece. Either side here not doing very well financially. I suspect we're going to be seeing a buy from both here, though. Thomas has enough cash. Shira can drop one. Kit could drop one as well. I'll be a little utility, but I think that's the best course of action here. That is what they opt to do. We do see the buy coming in from both sides. We do see the AWP onto Thomason as well. Utility, well, it's not great, but something. Kut, you've been so strong. Finds the first frag onto Chopper. Chopper roaming basically solo. No trade potential here. Enix being caught out as well. I mean, KYT just getting 2 frags are pretty much for free. Momentum, double player advantage. Shiro, are you expecting the guy boiler? That is the big question here. Wizard being split up. One player was beat. He's going to be damaged. Maybe put on some pressure. Sighton mollies out the boiler. Hellberg for the fight. Takes the fight, does a lot of damage. Nade goes out. Thomason down to 3 HP. He does have the AWP though, and as I mentioned in the previous game, I mean, as long as you're alive with an AWP, you're a threat. Also swims out, finds the frag onto Shiro. Shiro never even tried to get into the fight. Things have kind of leveled out a bit, but Thomason again, with that AWP, he's low, but he's a threat here. Sighton finding one, Thomason finding one. All of a sudden, Colsa all by himself. Svarten swings wide, takes him down. 15 on the board for Momentum. Gonna be looking for that match point. Wizards, well, they might be Wizards, but they do not have any cash whatsoever. The question is, what can they conjure up right about now? They need something 4 rounds away from OT. That's the best they can hope for right now. Momentum looking to put 16 on the board and running away with those 3 points for today. Slow round, top mid, that's the place to be right now. Not finding anything. Wizard just trying to go for those picks, not finding anything. Momentum just hugging sight. They don't want any of it. They just want to play safe. They want to trade. They want to go for the spray downs. That's what they have the guns for. No point challenging a Deagle 1v1. I mean, that's a risky play at anything. Wizard. Gathering up it towards the B-bomb site. Here comes the push. Joffa with the only rifle. It's going to come down to you, man. You've been very strong this entire game. But he's not strong right now. Kid finding 2. Gets taken out. Phoenix finding him. Player advantage and momentum. Falling defensive hit. Flash goes out. Spartan to find Kalsa. Hellberg finds Spartan. Spray through. Thomason finds him through the smoke. Hellberg. Only player alive. Doesn't make it. Titan finds a frag. That's 16 on the board for Starbeck Momentum. They do win the second map as well. And with that, well, they win today's match, taking 3 points in the league. And with that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have an excellent rest of the day and a good week ahead of you. Until next time, bye-bye.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Of this night, come on baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want